stuff.
Welcome into another edition of Things and Stuff. And on today's episode, I'm going to review a Nightmare on Elm Street acrylic standee, which I found at Five Below. For those who don't watch all my videos, welcome in, first of all. But I did do a Friday the 13th acrylic standee about 2 months ago. And I found this at Five Below, and I said in that video that if I ever came across a Freddy one, I would grab it. Well, here you go. Today's the day. I did come across this. So, we're going to open this thing up and see if it resembles the Jason one, which I really liked a lot. I thought it was really cool looking. And let's see if it measures up to the Jason one. And of course, the price is right. $3.25. So it's much below the $5 below, whatever what they call that store. It works. It is below Five Below. So $3.25. If you come across one of these, I'm going to assume you should grab it, but we'll give it the official stamp of approval after we open this thing up. And those who have not seen my Jason acrylic standee video, I will put a link in the description so you can watch it and check it out. But you can see it here clearly. It's a really cool looking thing, and I assume this will be just as cool when I open it up. Quick background on what you see here before we start opening this up. I do a podcast called Infinite Banter, have a lot of great guests on there, and last year I did a Halloween episode featuring Ira Hayden, who stars in A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors, one of my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movies. He plays the Wizard Master. If you remember, all the people in the hospital, they got powers in their dreams, and his was being the Wizard Master. So he got a couple licks in on Freddy. If you haven't seen the movie, I won't spoil it for you, but as you can see in the picture, it doesn't look like it's going so good. So when I had him on the podcast, he sent me this signed photograph. He even puts in here, "You are the podcaster." And it was just really cool to have him on. If you want to hear that episode, I'll also leave a link to that episode in the description. Really fun talking to him about Nightmare on Elm Street. He did a movie with Elvira. He's in Father of the Bride with Steve Martin. So really, really good guest, and definitely check him out if you get a chance to hear that episode. Also in the background here, we've got a Freddy Krueger Funko Pop. We're not reviewing this thing, but it's right here if you want to see it. And off in the distance, you might see my Jason in the water. You can see how the lights change. I'll leave it green. Green looks kind of cool. You know what? Let's do red. Freddy wears red. Let's do red. Let's go ahead and open up this right here, a Nightmare on Elm Street acrylic standee from Five Below. What's in the box? All right, let's see what's in here. Taking it apart. All right, the box is empty. So just like the Jason one, they've got it's all in plastic. Take that off first. Let's throw that over there. So there are 5 pieces. So you got this one here. I'm guessing this is the background. There's Freddy himself. There's the claws. This is the stand. And this is the Nightmare on Elm Street logo. So we're going to put this all together and see how it turns out. Just like the Jason one, these are all wrapped up in plastic. It's a lot of work to get these things all together. And also with the Jason acrylic stand, it has this plastic you have to remove from there. It even says, "Warning, remove plastic from before using." So let's go ahead and tear that off. This part's pretty boring. I'm going to go ahead and save you guys seeing me peeling off plastic. We're going to edit this part out. Says that it's 17 and over, which is good because I'm over 17. That means I can play with this. My 6-year-old daughter, on the other hand, I'm going to break the bad news to her that she can't play with it. She actually likes this stuff because I like it. And here is the mess from inside the box. All right, let's put it together and see how it looks. Put it together now! All right, so I saved you guys all the plastic removal. This was actually a lot more work than the Jason one. I don't know why. Maybe because there's a couple more pieces not sure, but this one really took more effort to get all that plastic off, but it's off. So let's go ahead and pop this thing together. So here's the background. Looks like Freddy goes here. All right, so there's that. The giant claw goes here. Doesn't have any directions, so you're just kind of assuming where stuff goes. And then the Nightmare on Elm Street goes in the front. But why did you edit out the plastic removal? I wanted to see that. I'm here for the plastic removal. So here it is, all finished. I do have to point something out because I did this originally and realized I had it wrong. On the bottom, there's a copyright. I had the bottom as the top, which then flipped everything to where it was in the wrong order, where Freddy was over here and you couldn't see him behind the claws. And I realized I had it upside down. So you want the copyright part on the bottom and the part with no writing to be the top. And that's where everything goes in. And here you go. Looks pretty cool. I definitely like it. It is considerably smaller than the Jason one. You can see it there. It's about half the size. So that would be my only complaint, is that it's not as large as the Jason one. But overall, it's pretty cool. Now, the other thing with the Freddy figure is that it's just a black shadow silhouette, basically. So you don't get any details. There's no face. You don't see the sweater, the iconic colors of the sweater, anything like that. It's just like him lurking from behind. Where with the Jason one, you do get the mask. Now, it does kind of turn into a silhouette towards the bottom in the waist area and everything, but you get the blood on the machete, so there's a little more detail to the Jason figure. The Freddy one's a little more of just kind of a silhouette, not much different than this photo I've got here. That being said, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I do wish Freddy had a little more detail. That'd be my only complaint, and it's a little bit on the smaller side, which maybe helps me because I'm running out of room for stuff, so it's not a bad thing that this is smaller. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I definitely dig this. And I would recommend anybody out there who's a Freddy fan to grab one of these at your local Five Below. They're only going for $3.25. But, somebody might grab this and sell it on eBay or whatever for 20, 25 bucks. So grab it now while you can. Grab the Jason one. I did see there's a Pennywise one. If I ever see a Michael Myers one, I'm all over it. I'm going to grab one. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. Like I said, other than the details not really being there, can't really complain too much about how this turned out. But thanks for checking out the video. I'll put a link to the podcast episode featuring Ira Hayden from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and a link for my Jason reveal when I opened up that box recently as well. So thanks for checking out the video.